Right, welcome to the Vaughn Cash Show. Today I got Ralph with me. How's it going, bro?
What's up, Vaughn? Doing good, man.
Cool.
We out here, Northridge, Season.
Mando.
That's Mando.
Yeah. All right, man. So for those of you who don't know, who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, man. So Ralph Degala. I was on MasterChef this most recent season.
Oh.
Season 9. Got to cook for Gordon Ramsay, Joe Bastianich, Aaron Sanchez, and the whole world, bro.
Nice.
And the dopest part about it was that I got to cook pancit.
Oh.
I cooked pancit to get in.
Uh-huh.
And then, I was using calamansi, all these Filipino ingredients that you don't usually see on TV.
No.
And then I actually was able to cook chicken adobo for the judges, and that was just too dope.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, like, I went home on a Filipino dish, dessert. I went home on a brazo with Mercedes. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, man, season 9, top 13, MasterChef USA, we out here.
Nice. Dope, man. So we'll start from the beginning, man. Where'd you grow up?
Dude, I've been it's crazy, man. I was born in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
And then moved to the States in 1998, like a lot of Filipino Americans, man. Usually start in the Philippines, or your parents meet, you're somewhere in the Middle East and you end up to the States.
Right.
But yeah, since moving to the United States, my family settled in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I went to elementary, middle school, high school, and then also college there. So, I like to say Houston is where the heart is, right?
Right.
I can't even speak today. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
But yeah, Houston is where the heart is, and LA is my second home. But
Nice.
I'm so thankful for Houston.
Mm-hmm. Any types of food you liked or disliked as a kid?
Yo, definitely tripe.
Tripe.
And tripe is in a lot of Filipino dishes, man. It's definitely one of the most iconic dishes in Filipino American food. Not Filipino American, Filipino food, kare-kare.
My
right?
favorite.
That's fair. You gotta have the bagoong. But man, when I was younger, I had a bad run with tripe where it was like not cooked. And I was just like, dude, I will never eat tripe for the rest of my life.
Wow.
And so it's sad, man, because it was one of those things that Filipinos love, but man, I could just never get into tripe.
It has to be cooked and disguised a certain way. Like if I just saw flat out tripe on the table, I'd be like, I wouldn't eat that. But
it looks like a towel, bro.
yeah, it's like a spongy thing.
Yeah.
But if it's blended with kare-kare, the peanut butter sauce and like the vegetables and the oxtail, it's all right.
Yes, sir. And then you have a lot of
The rice.
a lot of Mexican cuisine have it in a lot of their dishes, especially menudo, right?
Menudo, yeah.
So you definitely have to mask it.
Mm-hmm. How are you as a student? Did you enjoy school or not so much?
I loved school, man. I was always I played sports growing up, and then I was like an A and B student.
Oh, good.
It was dope. I got to top 10%. My high school got a full ride to University of Houston.
Wow.
Was forever blessed. I was the panganay, okay, the eldest son, and I saw my parents' sacrifices, and my motivation wasn't to get rich or anything. I just wanted to give them peace of mind, go to college, get an education, get a job, and so that their sacrifice wasn't wasted.
Right.
And I think a lot of Filipinos have that in their, it's embedded. It's kind of innate.
Yeah.
But for me especially, man, I know when I got to college, I was like, I got to do something. And there wasn't any I see a couple of my cousins didn't go to college, and so I didn't really have anybody to ask questions to.
Right.
But thankfully, University of Houston was such a incubator for me to just grow personally, professionally. I met a lot of great people, and man, the rest is history.
Right. Are you the first person in your family to attend college?
I was not. Man, most of my family members, especially my dad's side, everybody went to college.
Uh-huh.
My mom's side, she was actually the only one that went to college. But both of my parents were nurses, and so they always instilled yo, Ralph, you got to go to college. And in my mindset, I was like, yeah, I do want to go to college. Who doesn't want to go to college? It's like, yo, you're gonna have a lot of parties.
Right.
There's gonna be a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I just thought it that way. I never disliked college. I think, but not knocking on anybody that doesn't like college. Some people do vocational.
Not for everybody.
Yeah, some people do tech school, and it's definitely not for everybody. And trust me, there's so many successful people that didn't go to college. But for me, man, I just had so much fun in college that that experience was too dope. And you learn a lot about yourself. You actually improve, and you meet a lot of dope people.
Definitely.
Yep.
I agree. A big part of why I'm here is college because I met most of the guests, friends, I met through college or in this area. So I definitely big up college for that. Remember that Asherah song, I Love College?
Hell yeah, Asherah. Yeah, damn, that was a while back, bro.
Yeah, we're on the same age, so we know. Remember when
what was that dude, Travis from, not Travis Scott.
Class?
Yeah, Gym Class Heroes? Yeah. Damn, that was back in the day, dude.
So you went to Houston, you went to school in Houston, you said, right?
Yeah, so when I was like 10 years old when I first moved to the United States, and like a lot of people, bro, I was in ESL classes when I first got there. I was like, why the fuck am I in ESL classes?
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah,
like,
I was
like,
like,
I need to be here. You know English.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah.
I didn't know political science, I didn't know history or something, but it's like, I couldn't, you know, but I was top notch in math. Like, I killed math. I was always good at math and numbers. Yeah, dude, grew up over there, and then middle school, high school, everything.
What did you want to be when you were a kid? Did you have any aspirations?
Yeah, I wanted to be a chef.
Oh, okay.
It was great. I wanted to be a chef, right? And then something had switched. For some reason, I wanted to be a businessman because I saw a couple movies, and I was like, I want to travel. You know, I want to wear a suit, kind of carry a laptop.
Right.
You know, both of my parents were nurses. A lot of people I knew were nurses, so they always wore scrubs. But then when I saw somebody wearing a suit, walking around with a laptop bag, I was like, legit. I want to do that. And I didn't know what the hell they did, but it was just like a swagger about it. And so,
what did JC say? I'm not a business.
I'm not a business. I'm a business.
No,
yeah.
It was like, it's not a businessman. I'm a businessman. I'm like,
or no, it's like I'm not a businessman. I am a business.
Yeah. There you
I
go.
am the business. Sorry.
Yeah. So I definitely agree, man. Like that kind of mentality. So you went to college, man. What made you want to become an accountant?
Like I said, it wasn't. I wanted to be a businessman at first, right? But I didn't even know any of the majors to it.
Right.
You know, I think a lot of people that do business are like, I just want to major in business.
Right.
I got to school, they're like, yo, business is not a major. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. There's three different.
There's so many. It's like
marketing.
For my school, it was like accounting, finance, supply chain, marketing, management, all this. I was like, man, I don't know what to choose. And it was dope. They had like this one class that kind of introduced you to one of them, introduced you to each and every one of them. And then, we're kind of same age, bro. So 2007, 2008 was like the heart of the recession.
Oh, yeah.
Man, people were struggling. And for some reason, all these accountants had jobs. And they were like, yeah, if you do accounting, you'll guarantee a job. And I was like, well, I'm trying to get a job. It's like,
I agree.
I'm trying to get paid. And then they're like, yeah, if you first internships start off at like $20, $25. I was like, damn, for real? I'm out here getting paid like $7. Like, I thought, like working in industry or, getting tips as a server. So I was like, hell yeah. I did accounting. I was always good with numbers. I sucked at like English and, writing. Wasn't that good. I sucked at memorizing. So I was like, it was an easy decision for me to do accounting.
Right.
And just the fact that I knew it was a safe, it's a safe career.
Yeah, definitely.
But also, it matched my numbers was well worth it.
Mm-hmm. So when did you get into cooking? Like, were you always into cooking?
Yeah, man, my whole family was into cooking, dude.
Oh, okay.
It kind of started off since I was young. We'd always have somebody cooking for us, breakfast, where there was like a family member, my parents, dinner, because we didn't go out. Mm-hmm. Going out was expensive, It was like you actually went to McDonald's for somebody's birthday, bro. It was a treat for us, bro. You go to Jollibee for a treat. You went to fast food. It was a treat. It was like once a year. Yep. And so the whole idea of eating out was new to us, or it was like you never did because you always ate at home. Yeah. And I really appreciated when I started working, and also when I got older, kind of you see how it was. Every time I go back to the Philippines. I go back to the province. I'm like, dang, dude, my grandma, my aunts, my mom's side, man, they don't really worry. They didn't have that much, but if they're so happy, and then every time we went home, they always made sure we had food to eat. Right. It's like, I ain't got this mansion, AC to house you guys in, but we got this food. We got this we got this lechon manok. We got this laing. All these dishes that are so hearty, and it was just I was so appreciative of it, and that's why. I think Filipino food especially has a deep meaning to me. It's my connection with the culture, and also it always reminds me of the sacrifice. Right. It's not just a food that it's not Filipino American food is trending right now, but for me it's not a trend. It's my life. Right. And it's something that you feel innate with, and And I got into that, and even throughout college, always wanted to do like a Filipino restaurant pop up, or you know, or just do like cooking, learn how to cook all those recipes and stuff. Yeah.
So, so a question I had for you was, what's the importance of you, like, you know, keeping the tradition alive by cooking Filipino food?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. How important is it for you to preserve that, like, that culture and pass it on to future generations, or just knowing it?
Yeah, man. You know, you always hear a lot of people say for the culture.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, whether you know, you have to be Filipino, but for a lot of us growing up who are, you know, first generation American, right? Or that kind of halfway
1.5.
Yeah, 1.5. We lose a little bit of our language, right? We lose a little bit of our mannerisms, our culture. Sometimes you don't even bless older people, right?
Oh,
like, look, back then you had to bless everybody. Or
right.
yeah, you know, it's like, you know, you know, you have to bless, you gotta like do all this little stuff.
Yeah.
You know, understanding all different islands or different regions. And so I think Filipino, we can taste it. It's something that we can always get. Yeah. And for me, it means a lot because it's your connection to your culture, dude. And that's one. Whatever it is, for me, I can speak for myself, man. Filipino food is a connection to your culture. Right. You'll never forget it. You'll never forget that taste. Right. And so, you know, you may lose your language. You may lose, you know, a lot of the mannerisms. You may lose the knowledge of, you know, the history. But if you uphold the food, you can always take a journey back to the motherland and introduce yourself to the other aspects of the Filipino culture. Mm-hmm. And food will be the gateway. Right. You know, and that's so important. A lot of, you know, I'm sure, bro, I'm sure you got a lot of aunts, titas, a lot of, you know, both of all my grandparents have passed away, dude. I'm so sad. A lot of my aunts have passed away, and a lot of those recipes that they used to make when I was a kid are gone with them. Oh. You know, you can always go to culinary school, learn how to do French techniques, a lot of these American techniques. You can't go to school and learn how to make pinakbet, kare-kare, caldereta, menudo, crispy pata, you know, all these dishes that, you know, even sinigang, right, garlic rice, like whatever. So she did. We uploaded it. We did a couple more, and then bam! Out of nowhere, MasterChef auditions were being held in Hollywood. Wow! I was like, "Yo, dude, I gotta go." And I was like, "I don't know what I'm gonna make." I was kind of doubting myself. I was like, "Well, I'm not a real chef. You know, I've been cooking my whole life though, right? Like, I didn't go to culinary school. Okay. Like, am I gonna be disadvantaged?" But then, actually, MasterChef only does home cooks. Oh, top home cooks, and so. I think that's what made it dope. And so my confidence was like on an all-time high when I went to Hollywood until I walked in. I auditioned for MasterChef. I walked in to the Lowe's Hollywood Theater, and there was like 1,000 people there. Damn. People were looking good. People had dope-ass setups. People had good that looked like food that looked so good. Guess what I brought? If you had to guess what I brought, what do you think I brought, bro? Adobo. Pretty close, dude. I actually brought pancit again. I brought pancit, right, on a Pyrex to go. Oh, because you know we got that Pyrex. That's the bottle that a lot of people have when they go to like school or work. So that's me, dude. If I'm not gonna get in with this, it's fine. But at least it was me. Right. And I think anything you do in life, like just as long as you, it feels a lot better when you fail, knowing that it was you that went for it. Right. Because damn, when you succeed in something. Knowing that it was you, bro, that feeling was a cloud. And I was on some cloud 9 shit. I was like, damn, this is fucking destiny. Wow. That day, bro, it was 1,000 people at audition in Hollywood. And I think out of that whole LA, they went to 8 cities. So out of that whole LA, only 3 of us made it to like a top 43. Wow. So I was like, damn, I was like 1 out of 1,000. And then 1 out of tens of thousands. My goodness. And so that was, you know, that was the start. That was like yo, what I'm doing is leading to something, and it feels so right that I'm here right now, and I'm just gonna do it. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Wow, man. I mean, how is it? I mean, I don't know how Gordon Ramsay is, but I don't know if it's scripted, if that's his personality. Yeah. But he comes off as very harsh, honest, blunt. Little times maybe like too harsh. How was he like? I mean, on and off. Gordon Ramsay was a G, bro. Really. Yeah, I'd have to say Gordon Ramsay was one of the nicest guys. Okay. When he cares about food though. So you're fucking up or you're using the wrong techniques, he'll let you know, and he goes off. And that's how he made his living. He goes off. But man, the measure of character is how you treat others, I think, in my opinion, regardless of their stature or social status. People be treating people different just because they're on a different, like, they think they're in a different social status. I'm like, bro, you gotta treat everybody the same.
Right.
When I was over there shooting MasterChef, I saw Gordon Ramsay come up to everybody, people that were just like hauling wires, people that were like bringing in like hot water to producers, to us. And he just like be like, hey man, how's your day? Good morning. Hey man, good job. Or be like, hey man, like have a good night.
Wow.
The way he treated people was like, was dope. And his work ethic is definitely one of the highest. So I'd say, man, like, yo, he gets a lot of flack, but bro, I saw it personally, and I saw it multiple days, multiple weeks. Gordon Ramsay's a G. I have nothing bad to say about Gordon Ramsay.
It's dope.
So it's, yo, he's definitely real, but yo, he knows how to talk it up. When he starts talking shit, bro, it's crazy. You talking about roasting? That dude will roast.
Yeah.
Some motherfuckers.
So it's not scripted.
It's not scripted, bro. It's not like, hey, you gotta tell that dude he looks like a donut. Like,
right.
That motherfucker will just roast your ass.
Yeah. Wow, man. So you were there. I mean, what was the process like? I mean, did you kind of get stuff ahead of time and like?
Nah, dude. It was like, I thought it was gonna be like fake, right? Then I was like, this shit real as fuck.
Yeah.
It was like you didn't know what you were cooking like till like 2 minutes before.
Yeah, because I always wondered that.
And then you know they had this scene where it's like you would go to the pantry, get your
Yeah.
food. Bro, I went to the pantry 2 out of the 4 times I did. I fucked up. I forgot rice. I forgot herbs. I forgot chicken stock. And I'd be like, yo, because they haven't had, I forgot lemon. I'm like, yo, does anyone have this? I forgot bay leaves. Like, it was so real. Like, they made it like kind of like they had held their integrity. And I think just like a lot of shows, though, it's like you're probably there for 8-10 hours, and they do that in 30 minutes. So it's a lot of editing, bro. Right. So it was crazy. And that shit was real emotions, bro. Everybody in that bitch was real. Everybody there had days where it was overwhelmed with like emotions, and there was people at times where you just wanted to kill motherfuckers.
Yeah, I can imagine, man.
Yeah.
Wow. So this was done all in Hollywood?
I don't even know what the studios were, dude.
Oh.
I honestly don't know where the studios were. We were sequestered, which like we had no phones, anything.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. How does that?
So you show up, they take you to this hotel, and then you're living there for like X amount of time, and then you get something. You know, you're like, hey, you get ready at 5:30. You get up at 5:30. They shuttle you somewhere, and like you're in a studio. You're like, where the hell am I?
Wow.
Like real talk, we're out there like Ralph, where are we in California? I'm like, bro, this must be either in the valley. This must be Inland Empire, because I have no idea where the fuck we are right now.
That's interesting, man. So that's a cool experience.
It's dope, man. It's definitely dope.
So that Bistic one was like your first video. It's so well done and professional.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, damn, I thought you were
like.
like doing this like for a minute. I'm like, wow, this is so well done. You're funny in the beginning. You're like incorporated like whatever you're cooking into that song at the time. It was like Fetty Wap, like trap or something.
Yeah.
That was funny. That's good, man. And like it's well done. It's well edited.
Yeah, because a lot of cooking videos. The reason you see a lot of cooking videos online, and you know, people always shitting on videos. Oh, the quality sucks, blah blah. I'm like, dude, the content's good. It's just that everybody has a different style, and everybody does it different. You know, and dude, for people that are doing content, nobody gives a fuck if it's the highest quality. Just as long as you're producing content, because you can get better and better and better.
Right.
And that was my mentality. The first one I did, damn, my fucking wife killed this shit. Like my wife helped me record it. My wife helped record it. She edited it. I was like, this shit's lit. And I just told her, I want it to be me. I don't want to copy all these other recipe videos. I want, you know, like, we're gonna get a hot R&B sample, instrumental sample. We're gonna play that. And I think the first one was like we had like a Nas sample that was instrumental, and then you know we had a little hip hop kind of twist to it. And then I'm just gonna talk. You know, and if I stutter, I stutter. If I mess up, I mess up. We'll just keep it real. We'll just keep myself.
Nice.
And, dude, it was dope, man. Honestly, I think that was the catalyst to the whole show. And I can't wait to make some more, bro. It's definitely it feels good when you create content. I think we're in that generation now where we're creating content, and haters love to hate, but sometimes people don't until they try to create their own content.
Yeah.
I can't fucking talk.
Yeah, I don't really look at the comments, reviews, or the numbers. I just do it, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what are your favorite things to cook outside of like pancit, bistic?
Yeah, Asian food, Filipino food's always been my backbone.
Yeah.
I grew up in Houston, man, so we got Tex-Mex style cooking.
What is Tex-Mex?
Tex-Mex, we use, fajitas versus carne asada, different marinade. We use a lot more sour cream and cheese. Because here you use more pico de gallo, salsa. But for us, we load it up with cheese and sour cream. So it's not Mexican for sure. It's Tex-Mex. We call this, and everything is like in a tortilla. You know, kind of the same word here, but everything's like a flour tortilla.
Yeah.
And then it'll drench with sauce.
Yeah.
You always gotta have like green sauce, red sauce. But yeah, I love cooking pasta. I love cooking like American food. We have roast. For who doesn't like steak and potatoes?
Yeah.
I think growing up in the States, you tend to, you can appreciate a medium rare.
Oh,
Rib
yeah.
eye now.
Medium rare, yeah.
Mashed potatoes. Pretty much anything, man.
Yeah.
You know, Asian food is always good. I cook a lot of Vietnamese food, Chinese food, Japanese. I still can't cook that well.
That's tough.
You know, rice alone, you know, to make like sushi rice is pretty hard. But a lot of it's craft. Indian food, because, you know, a lot of the spices, their spice game is on a different level.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's so many different herbs, so many different spices. But you learn a lot. And I think for Filipino food, what you see here is only scratched the surface, bro. We got a lot of herbs and you know, fruits especially, and veggies that if you brought here would be popping.
Mm-hmm. Man, I didn't realize up until recently how expensive lechon is.
Oh yeah, bro.
So when you go to now looking back, I'm like, damn, they spent a grip of money at the party, you know, because you see lechon on the table. At first I was like, it's probably like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
And
like, dude, it's like a couple $100.
it's 100,
You're
yeah,
flexing, and like,
yeah, you flex, bro.
you're gonna do that, and like everybody there.
It's funny how growing up you were kind of spoiled to a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Bro, you go to a fucking party right now, someone brings out lechon, even if it's a boneless lechon, you're like, damn,
Yeah.
that's dope, dude.
Yeah.
Or somebody, you know, even brings like, I guarantee you, bro, you bring like a tray of lumpia, any potluck should be done. Should be killed.
Yeah, that's
You know,
what
you know what I'm saying? But you know, lechon takes a long time to make, and then you know, it's very complicated to cook it actually, because people say it's simple. Yeah, but it's like if you overcook it, it's gonna be burnt. Or if you undercook it, it'll be raw pork. But also the herbs and how you brine it or marinate it, it's a skill.
Yeah.
And people like in Cebu, different parts of the Philippines, that's what they do for years and years and years. There's a dude like, I don't know if you ever seen Hero Dreams of Sushi on Netflix.
I have.
You know how there's somebody that does 3 years of cooking egg? In the Philippines, there's somebody rolling up a bamboos, or just like basting the pig with his own like grease or sweat for years until they can actually like, you know, marinate the pork, like the whole pig, or know when to like, you know, when to kill it. No, not kill it, when to kind of like properly,
Right.
you know, get it set to be a lechon. So it's a craft, bro. And a lot of Filipino dishes, I'll tell you, dude, like, until you go back to the Philippines, you will not, like, when you see the upper echelon, how it's done, you'll be like, oh, this shit kills everything.
Yeah.
So I love, you know, Filipino food is definitely, you know, people always be like, oh, how can you elevate Filipino food? Number one, I hate that fucking question because Filipino food is already elevated.
Yeah.
It's more like, how do I elevate myself to cook better Filipino food?
Right.
Because, you know, you got to show respect, bro. Like, Filipino food is up there. It's already good. You know, Filipino-American food is a new cuisine, and it's dope for everybody to integrate where they came from into making, like, new dishes.
Yeah, what I also found interesting, man, I got into cooking a little bit around high school, and I always asked my grandma and her sister, like, oh, like, what's the measurements? What's like the
Yeah.
how much, what's the cut? Like, no, we don't do that. We just eyeball it.
Yeah, eyeball it, taste. That's the hard part, man, because, you know, commercial cooking, when you're in a kitchen, you prep a lot of things. Everything is a recipe. So you make it you make it so that anybody can replicate the dish. A lot of French cooking, a lot of like, you know, commercial kitchen cooking, like prepping. Prepping is like 90% of the work, and you just put it all together after you quick cook it, right? For Filipino food, a lot of it is done in like all in one pot. A lot of it is like in the base of having garlic, onions, tomatoes, well, mostly onions and garlic. And yeah, dude, like, you know, that's why if you ever grew up cooking with your aunt and grandma, and apparently, unfortunately, the ones that are no longer with us, you're fucking blessed.
Yeah.
No money in the world could ever pay for that experience. And, for you to replicate a dish, it'll be a lot easier than somebody trying to follow a recipe from a book.
Yeah, Google.
Because you just know it. When the different, people, you always taste it because it's at different stages, right? An example that I'll do is, let's see, kare kare.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, like to taste, for you to cook kare kare, you just got to know when the meat, number one, is done.
It's 3 hours, right?
Yeah, it was 3 hours. You can use Instant Pot, but like 3 hours, you got to make sure the texture is right. you got to know how much peanut butter to put in there. It's not an exact amount because the broth changes how much annatto oil, like use like rice flour and all the veggies. When to put in the veggies, it's man, curry curry is a hard dish to make.
Yes.
It's just that you see the final product sitting in a buffet plate at a toro toro, or you go barrio fiesta on a plate and you think it's pretty easy. But not until you make it, you're like, this is actually a very complicated dish to make.
Yeah.
But the fact that you were there in high school, cooking and asking like how to make recipes, because that recipe isn't written down in recipe books. Mm-hmm. It's written down and passed down through the heart, through those experiences you have with them, mm-hmm. right?
Yeah, man. I'm always happy when my grandma. She knows my favorite is kare kare. So when she cooks it, I'm so ecstatic. Like, oh, thank you so much. And knowing how long it took for her to cook something 3 hours for me, and everyone else, but like for me, I'm like, wow, thank you so much. That shows like a different kind of love. Like, just she didn't buy it. She cooked it and she cooks healthy too, so like just gives it fat and everything. But like, dude, I'm so happy when she cooks it. Like, it is.
Shit, man. Thank you for fucking realizing that, bro.
Yeah.
People always sleeping on the experience, and man, I hate when that happens, bro. I feel so. I don't want to say feel so bad, but I'm like, it's such a beautiful thing when Filipinos, when we give what we have.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just give as much as we can.
Yeah.
Hosting is such a.
Oh God, we're known.
Even like telling somebody, yo, you keep eating, eat what you want, because we can't buy you like, a random ticket to Disneyland. I can't buy you an expensive like courtside tickets to a basketball game. I can't buy you a ticket to Coachella. I can't buy you, but yo, come over. I'll cook something for you. We'll eat. We'll enjoy each other's company. And when it comes, especially from your aunt, your grandma, who you're not working a corporate job, bro, you're in retirement. It's like that shit is priceless.
Yeah,
they're giving it all. They're giving it to you more than they're so much effort is getting put in there, more than friends, and that's why it's such a blessing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
yeah, it's like part of me. I feel bad because part of me is like, I want to savor this, but it's so good. I'm gonna keep eating. I eat so quick, but I gotta chill when I eat because like I finish so quickly, but it's so good.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, bro, it's like, but it makes him happy.
Yeah,
I'm a big ass dude, bro. It's funny because like a lot of family relatives are always like, "Yo, Ralph, you should lose some weight." I'm like, "Yeah, I need to lose some weight." But the funny thing is, I go over their house, and, "Oh, keep eating, yo.
Right?
Just keep me hungry." I'm like, I just ate 5 minutes ago. Like, "Oh, yo, you got dessert." Keep eating, and I'm like, "Yo, like." I can't eat anymore. And then they're like, here's something to go. Here's something to go for bound tomorrow.
I eat
dope,
I eat till I pass out. I eat till like every party for the most part. I eat till I have to go to the couch and fall asleep.
Yo, Filipino parties with buffets set up. Yeah. You don't only eat once. You eat that mug one time. You go do something. You come back. You fix another plate.
Yo.
You go chop it up with some people. You go fix yourself another plate. Dessert comes, and it's like by the time you leave, you probably have eaten like 5 times.
Yeah, bro. And like fill the plate. Even my mom says, "Yo, like chill with the portions." Like, oh man.
Yeah.
It's so good, and man, that kore kore, like definitely like another thing I like a lot. People shit on Spam so much out here.
I love Spam, yeah.
I love Spam. Like, yo, Spam's like, yo, I'm gonna fuck, this is our culture, bro. Like, we didn't have steak for breakfast. We have a lot of meat, bro. Spam was very accessible to a lot of Filipinos. You don't need a refrigerator for it.
Yeah.
So I remember waking up and hearing like the fried rice go off, and like and the Spam sizzling, and you see it on a plate or dinuguan. No, not dinuguan. Dying,
bangus,
and half,
yeah.
white rice. I don't give a fuck if it smells good to me.
Dude, that shit is fire, bro.
Yeah.
My favorite breakfast joint is what do you call this? Tortang talong.
What's that?
It's like an eggplant omelet. Tortang
I never
talong.
had that.
Oh, bro, dude, you got it missing out now. But a lot of our rice plates like tapsilog, corned beef, we love corned beef and Spam, bro. That's our breakfast, dog. And it's funny, it's like your Spam, Hawaiians love Spam. I've never been to Hawaii. I'm never,
that's the meat right there.
But bro, people love Spam, and a lot of because this is what America's brought over there.
Yeah.
And then we grew up eating that corned beef, a lot of dried food, because it preserves for a long time, and you just gotta heat it up.
Yeah, and not every, back then in the Philippines and even until now, refrigeration is not always available.
Yeah.
So having that is just.
You just have
Awesome.
you stock it in your pantry and you just cook it to go.
Yeah, man. Damn, like, have you been out here to Ninong's in Granite Hills?
Yeah, you know, I know Kissa and
Dude,
Charlie.
they're
Their owners do the ube pancakes.
oh my god, that's classic.
Yeah.
That's like a very ingenious dish, like fusing Filipino food and American food.
Hell yeah, dude.
God damn, that's
And
just-
they're nice. They love those two, man. Since I moved to LA, you know, I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of small business owners in the restaurant industry. I gotta give a shout out to Tatang's, Ninong's, and everybody involved in Eat Play Move.
Mhm.
It's just a blessing, man. You know, and I love to see Filipinos succeed.
Yeah.
And people always, man, not people. A lot of people shit on Filipino American food.
Do they really?
They do, and the hurtful part about it is that most of it was Filipinos.
Really?
Look it on Yelp, bro. Look it up on Yelp.
Oh, I don't
And
want.
it's sad, you know, because just because it doesn't taste as good as your grandma's,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that
Nothing ever tastes good as
it's
your
not. Yeah,
grandma's.
it's not good, but it feel also it's not authentic. Like you try to make it then.
Yeah.
But dude, like the support and the love that a lot of small business owners actually get outweigh the negativity.
Definitely.
But it just hurts. But I'm not, dude. Now some people are gonna tell you you can ignore it, but when you get hate from your own people, your own family, you know, relatives, that shit hurts, bro.
Definitely.
That
That's
hurts.
tough.
That
That's the
shit's
worst
tough.
for me.
That's hard for me to speak.
Me too.
Even
That's
as
hard.
a really optimistic person,
Me
I'm
too,
like,
that's
I get
hard.
mad. I'm like, yo, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, I get
Or I'm just
mad.
like, yo, I'm cutting this motherfucker out.
Yeah,
You know,
bro,
but,
like,
yeah.
You do the same here, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's interesting. Like family criticism, like either like it's interesting. Like family like praise is like the highest you can get,
Yeah.
and like family criticism like the worst you can get.
Yep.
Like, but yeah, man, it's just I never knew that. But that's messed up.
And, you know, it's little stuff like that. But then, bro, the spirit you get eating there,
Yeah.
and you see how hard they work, bro. These are people that put their life savings, their time. I'm here. I work 5 days out of the week only. These people work 7 days out of the week to make sure that their businesses are running. And so, you know, for me, I don't even call myself a chef. I say I'm a home cook. I'm on Master Chef.
Yeah.
Because, man, you know, chef life. My brother's a chef right now, and bro, chef life is very hard. You're you know, so you're not getting paid.
Really?
You're not getting paid as much as like you know as you should be.
Right.
And that's just like the result of like food. You know, food is very. I think as an accountant, I understand it more because you know you see like how much it costs, and people just think like you know I hate when people go to places. Oh, you know I could go to Seafood City and make this kare kare just as much more. I'm like, no, you can't, dude, because I mean if you can, more props to you, bro. But a lot of these small business owners, they got to pay the lease on this restaurant, the insurance, the payroll, a lot of other you know admin expenses. Plus, on top of that, feed themselves.
Yeah.
And so, you know, moving out to LA, very much more appreciative and blessed to have met all these small business owners because it's inspiring to see them putting in work, but also staying positive and just working on their craft. Their food always gets better. You know, new items come up, and I love all of them, bro.
Man, my friend and I were so mad. We went to Ninong's on a Monday.
Oh, was it closed on Monday? Oh, I did not know that, dude. Yeah.
Man, like I think the new location is closed on Monday. I don't think the previous one was. Before it was in Chatsworth, now it's by the
Yeah.
mall. Dude, we were like, yo, let's get fucking ube pancakes. Pulled up, we're like, what the fuck? It's closed. We were so mad. We're like,
Shout out to Ninong's, man.
yeah, Ninong's awesome, man. My cousin used
Kissa
to,
and Charlie, man, I love those two.
my cousins used to work at Ninong's, the old one.
Yeah, that's dope.
But yeah, dude, we were so mad. We're like, fuck, I guess we'll just get cream barbecue, which is still good.
I fuck with. Hey,
I fuck
since
with-
moving to LA, bro, K-Town Korean food is the fucking shit, bro.
yeah.
And I actually just went to Seoul
Oh, you went to Seoul?
I went to Seoul
Oh, that's right.
for
How was that?
Thanksgiving. I can attest to you, bro. I love Seoul. The city was clean. My wife loved it. But yo, K-Town food, LA food, just as good, if not better.
Really?
I swear on my life. bro.
Damn.
And I mean, there's a couple of dishes that taste a lot better there. But man, I was like, it's legit. And you would think that there'd be a huge gap on how much better it is, but I was like, no, food here is legit, dude. And I've had a lot of things better here too. I think beef is more accessible too.
Yeah.
So a lot of beef dishes here are definitely gonna be better.
My goodness. Wow. So how'd you end up going there? For Thanksgiving? You have family there?
No, I just went, bro. I've always wanted to go. I stayed at my parents. I was with my parents for a while, like August, September, And I told them, because they live in Houston, I told them, hey, Mom, Dad, I won't be here for Thanksgiving, but I've always wanted to go to Japan and Korea. It's like a food tour. And it's capping off this year at MasterChef. Went back to the Philippines where it's very spiritual for me, right? A very, very emotional, empathetic guy. I'm like,
that's good.
As an individual, I'm like, I'm on a quest.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck the quest is, but I'm on a quest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just I don't know where I'm gonna go, but then like Japan, and so I'm so glad I did it. I was with my wife. We were there for like 11 days for 2 countries. Explored a lot, walked around. We walked like 10, 11 miles a day.
Damn.
Sometimes more, and then tried a lot of food.
What was Japan like?
Japan was dope, man. The discipline and how efficient they are, but also the craft.
Right.
How you would think, when people specialize in a craft, you see it there. From the clothing. I think from the clothing to entertainment to food to how efficient like their trains are, how clean everything is. It's beautiful because you'll see, and being from Houston, one thing I always tell people I love about LA, you see people pursuing what they really like doing, right? Everybody works like, dude, your 9-to-5 job doesn't dictate who you are here. It's about what you do after, right?
Right.
Because your real job starts after you clock out.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? And when you clock in and clock out, that's just more, you got to get the bills done. But when you clock out, your real job starts. And I'm guilty. There's some days like, I'm just going the fuck home right now and chilling. I'm watching Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm watching Game of Thrones, whatever. But man, to see people here doing podcasts, to do comedy, to do auditions, to do, food, to do music, anything you can think of, art, like, it's so inspiring. And I'm so glad I was able to go to Japan because I feel like that's another part where I can see, when you specialize in something for years and years and years, you can appreciate the craft. Right? And I think, because Filipinos, man, when I go to the Philippines, it's more like we're very happy people.
Yeah.
We don't like, we like to de-stress because when you're stressed out, it's like, you're lonely, you're sad. But then, man, it's beautiful to just assimilate into different cultures, immerse in it, even if it's for a short while, because it will make you a better person.
Right.
And you take the best out of all that, and you empower and better yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The Philippines was crazy because first time in a long time, I did not look like a minority. I looked like everyone else. I went there, it was nice, and like the dollar, I don't know how it is now, but the dollar to peso ratio is pretty good.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man, like you get like a San Miguel for $1.
Yeah, dude.
Like you get smashed there.
You can get away with a lot of, dude, like the power of dollar to peso is still pretty good. Man, a lot of places you can visit, and just have enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think, the Philippines is such a beautiful country.
Definitely.
And it's sad that there's a lot of negative, there's very tense, political,
right.
but also people have negative experiences.
Yeah.
And, but the positive and also beautiful, parts of the Philippines are some of the most beautiful I've ever seen in the world.
Yeah.
It's definitely, and it's how people are so hospitable or so nice. It's very important. Actually, kind of random, but when I went back to the Philippines this March, I was like, damn, trap music has made it to the Philippines.
Has it really?
I swear, bro. There was a song called Nadarang by Shanti Dope. I was like, shit's dope as fuck. Yeah. There was one called by Ngayong Gabi by Al James, or is it Al James? Or I gotta look that up. And there's another one called a song by Marlboro Black. I swear, bro. I was listening. I was like, damn, this shit's popping.
That's dope.
I got you. I gotta let you listen to that. But
yeah,
man, it's just a full circle, man. Yeah, but in LA, you don't have to travel too far to get inspired and motivated by everybody.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. Where can we find your YouTube channel? Is there a...
Yeah, man. So YouTube/Ralph Xavier. A lot of Filipinos, we got 4 names. My first name is Ralph Xavier. So yeah, YouTube.com/Ralph Xavier. On IG, you can follow me on Ralph Degala, Degala. And, just follow me, cooking food, acting like a fool, jamming music, whatever.
Oh, I meant to ask, man. There's a quote I like. You say, you're going to keep failing big and pursuing the impossible. What does that mean for you?
Well, I think that was on an interview I recently did.
Oh, I saw that on it was that picture of you and Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I've failed a lot in life, and Every time I go back to my alma mater, I started this organization called ABSA, and I always tell people, funny thing is like you got to go for things, because if you don't, if you just play it safe, you're gonna miss out on a lot of things. Yeah. And I've failed in a lot in life, whether it's like school related, sports. I remember I tried out for shit. I always played basketball, love basketball. I failed. I was on the varsity football team end of freshman year, but my heart was like, I want to play basketball, dog. I tried out for basketball every single year. I failed, but but I was like, yo, at least I did it. It felt so good when you love something, right? And so in life, it just means that even if you have a goal in mind, especially if it's clear, don't be afraid to go for it, because sometimes not even being the best in your craft is actually much more advantage. It gives you much more advantage than other people who have been doing it for years, because you're fearless. When I was cooking Master Chef, I wasn't a chef for years and years, so I was fearless. I could pair up whatever, and then if it comes out good, it comes out good. If not, I fucked up. And so, same thing with life, man. Like, I've seen a lot of, crazy incidents where somebody passes away at a young age, and I'm like, man, dude, some people who are waiting for retirement, and they're so close, and then they get sick when they're like in their 50s and 60s. So, bro, like, if you have a dream that is clear, even if you think it's impossible, go for it and fail big, because you know what? Sooner or later, something's gonna hit, and whatever that is, just keep going for it. I know for me, I've always wanted to be the number one chef. And I didn't think that when I was cooking Punch, I remember that morning, I almost did not go to my audition.
Really?
I told my wife, I was like, man, I don't think I'm going to go. I don't have enough time to cook this. Man, imagine if I didn't go that day, I would not be on the fucking show. I would not have met Gordon Ramsay. I would not have met all this stuff. Been blessed to meet all these positive people in LA, other cities. But you went for it. And if I had failed, I would have been fine, because I had my punset. The 2018 was a crazy year, bro. I was actually, after Master Chef, I went back to my old company, and then I was offered a job. I thought it was my dream job, finally, right? For a big ass company. I'm sure you guys know. You're Oracle Arena from the Bay, right? Yeah. So it was for Oracle. By
the Golden State Warriors arena.
Yeah. So I was they're on Oracle Arena, right? Oracle. That was my
PeopleSoft.
PeopleSoft. So I thought it was my dream job doing NetSuite as a salesperson, technical sales, because I knew technical background sales. Bro, I failed hard on that shit, bro. Like, I could not realize, like, dude, I can't talk like a very salesy. Right. I mean, I could, but it wasn't me.
Right.
And I'm so glad I at least went for it, and I know, because even though it wasn't good for me, it would have been dreading me later on. And so, but I learned so much from that experience that that failure is eventually going to be success in the future. And the same thing, man. I've had pop-ups before where I thought my dream was to have this pop-up. I thought it was going to go well, and it doesn't. It was mediocre. And then I've had some, but then I learned from that pop-up to apply it to a different pop-up, and I was like, damn, I killed the chef's pop-up. And so for those who are, listening or whatever, I always put in the caption, I'm like, just keep failing big and pursuing the impossible. Because, you fail big, you're going to learn a lot from those, but also it's going to help you later, because you're not going to be scared, right, to pursue. Cool. You already know what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. No expectations. Keep going, man. But thank you for your time, bro. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Shout out to the Von Cat Show.
Thank you.
We out here.
Yeah, man. So we can find you at Ralph on Instagram,
Ralph Degala, and then YouTube, Ralph Xavier.
All right, cool. That's the show, man. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you.
We out here.
We out here.